Hello, good evening, and welcome. How you doing, people? Or sort of say good afternoon. I hope you're all doing good in the soggy British Isles. We got some stuff to talk about this actually. But first, we need to make sure you can see and hear me. I'm running Wi-Fi, and we are a few days away from quite a big storm hitting. So we want to make sure you can see and hear me, and that the internet connection is good. Roberto, grazie. 5x5, awesome. So you can see and hear me. Let me just check. Hold on a sec. Right, cool. Okay, Cheshire Wanderer, good to see you all. What we're going to do is the live stream has just started, so if you're watching on a replay, you might want to skip forward a bit because we're going to try and figure out where you guys are watching from. It fascinates me sometimes, being literally, I'm really isolated out here in the mountains, and I'm the only one for a few miles that's got any sort of internet. So it'd be good to see how far this little prepper bug out house can get out. Wow, we got just in time from the United States. That's awesome. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we got this guy, Soul of the Storm Shop. I don't know what that means. Southeast UK, awesome. Wow, Jay's up in John O'Groats, up in Bonnie Jockland. How cool is that? Awesome. We got Wisconsin Farm Boy. The United States to goddamn kiss my ass. Holy cow, that's good. That's good. That's good. We got Tam up in Stirling. That's up in Scotland. What's that? Grennan, Pembrokeshire. Do you know what? Pembrokeshire definitely sounds English to me, but it's a lump of Wales on the west coast. How peculiar. So yeah, we got Sheringham, West Yorkshire, Suffolk. Oh wow, this is the furthest. TM all the way from Melbourne, Australia, mate. G'day, Cobber. Wow, he's from Australia. That's cool. Wow, cool. Weeder Fish is up in Scarborough. Gravesend is in Liverpool. Sorry, only playing. Jim's down in Cornwall. Oh, I bet you got some rain down there, sir. I think I saw someone earlier on in the chat in Devon saying they've got rain. Rob is down in Bodmin. Wow, Ian's in Thailand. Struth. Wow, we got people from all over. We got Babs up in Northampton. Another Babs in New Zealand. So the two Babs chatting away there. How cool is that? We got Jay is in the Rhondda Valleys down in South Wales. We got Chimera Biff in Wales, I presume. Pete's in North Devon. Tracy's in Parr in Cornwall. Mads is Orkney. Wow. Can you imagine the weather up there? Crazy. So yeah, we got a fair few people from literally all over the world right now. And yes, we're talking prepping today here in the UK. Sorry, Liz, for rubbing you up the wrong way. Yeah, I know. It's each to their own, and the good clothing is good clothing, and you do get what you pay for. So no harm done there. We got Nava in Portugal. We don't get many people from Portugal in here, so welcome to the channel. Awesome. So Janice is in Scotland. What we're going to do is we're going to bosh that off of the screen. Go back into the chat real quick. We got people from the USSA. Liz, it's okay. We're still friends. Get out of here. Always friends, mate. You and your other half are awesome. Brilliant. So what we're going to talk about today, I had a little look about the weather because literally when I woke up this morning, I went outside. Gee whiz, that's raining all through the night here in Wales. And yeah, pretty bonkers. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to have a little look to see what else we can find out about it. This is a preparedness channel. So we got something to talk about Sunday. If you don't already know, I'm going to show you some stuff in a minute. But until then, this dropped in from the standard. Flooding could hit the UK yellow weather warnings of rain already been issued. So when we look through there, I'm trying to see. There we go. Yeah, 10 to 20 millimeters of rain. Some places may see up to 80 centimeters. I don't know if you know, but 100 centimeters is 1 meter. You start mucking around with 1 meter of rain, that's insane. That's beyond insane. In fact, we can, this is a pretty cool model. I've not seen this before, but if you can look at the 3D imagery there, obviously the height of it means lots, pretty much. So Southern Ireland is screwed. Western side of the British Isles is pretty much bonkers. So anyone who's not in the areas, you're not going to probably understand where we're coming from here. But let me tell you right now, it is absolutely tipping it down. Now, the weird thing is, the ground is already saturated. We've already had quite a lot of rain, actually. This, let me just try and see. Right, okay. This is what I'm talking about the weekend, okay? So late Saturday, early Sunday, we need to have a look at this in these areas, right? So let me just bring this up on the old screen. I think it's this one here. It's pretty unique. So, record rainfall, okay? So some of us have seen situations like this. I've been seeing this on my trips to England now and again, and I'm not joking. You go past Ross and Wye and places like that, it's shocking to look on the other sides, and the fields are literally saturated. And it takes a long time for this to soak away. Now already we're getting record levels of rainfall, and in fact, I can't remember where it said. Here it is. The result could be widespread flooding, which may set new records for the highest amount of rainfall in a single October day in areas. Okay, so if you're one of these people who say, relax, it's the UK, it always rains, well, I think we need to sort of pay some attention when they say records for the highest amount of rainfall in one day. Okay, and the thing is, we hear people like this say, relax, it's only rain, don't worry about it. These are people who are not in the areas that are affected. Okay, so just ignore those people, right? We're mainly focusing on people on the left side of the UK. Well, look at this. In Preston, in Lancashire, a record of 51 millimeters could be surpassed this week, according to Met Office predictions. So
again, just put there's the jet stream interacting as it comes out the other side.
This is what we've got to look forward to over the weekend. This is pretty much looking like it's come from the Caribbean. It's coming over. And when we see these isobars packed like that, we are going to be seeing severe winds. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and predict that this is going to be the first storm of the season, and it's going to be called Storm Ashley. Okay. Someone said earlier they're in Orkney. If they're going to be in there on Sunday, wow, just hold on to your hats, because this could magnify. And the reasons why I'll say this could magnify is because we are pulling up lots of warm air from the south. We can look back on that. In fact, when we see this is the stuff that's on its way. This is Saturday. Okay, we are literally going to be looking at some crazy weather. And let me try and see, somewhere along here, he was talking about the temperatures changing, bringing in the warm weather from the south going up. If you can look at the patterns on the arrows there, all the arrows coming upwards. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's getting a lot warmer today. So much so I'm in a t-shirt. Okay, so when you look at the warm weather coming up from the south, what that's going to do is that's just going to literally magnify those winds. Okay, this is where I can see big problems Saturday going into Sunday. So what can we talk about preparing for this? So basically, you can maybe make a plan. if you have to get out, because people are getting notice like now of this could potentially be an issue. We're literally looking at the northwest of the UK predominantly, and maybe spreading down south. It all depends on where this first storm is going to be hitting. So think about stuff like battery powered stuff, because this is guaranteed going to bring power cuts. Okay, we've spoke about this before. Power cuts are a nightmare. So a radio, at least you can listen to what's going on outside. So get yourself like a little transistor radio, make sure the batteries are clean, they're not corroded, test it, make sure it's good. Things like bottled water, first aid kits, make sure your phones are charged up, basic stuff. Okay, now some people, you know, they're saying that it's not going to be winds, it's going to be heavy rain with this storm as well. So some people feel they need to have floodboards, sandbags, even plastic covers to block doorways and air bricks. You don't really hear about tips like that, but it makes perfect sense. Okay, making sure that you've got stuff moved up to the first floor if you've got a first floor, because it's probably better to be safe than sorry. Now, sealing up air bricks is quite a good idea. When you think about it, all of that water starts to rise and it starts coming into your home. Wow, air bricks, it's a hole. Water's just going to come through. So something to think about there. Yeah, we're not going to be talking about the possible reasons why we're getting this. Okay, I think lots of us know already, so we don't need to bang on about HARP, etc. So yes, make sure that you guys are going to be okay with these storms coming in. Full of hope. Thank you for that. We've got no rain here in Armagh in Ireland. Hope it stays that way. Well, that's going to change looking at the forecast. Literally about 10 minutes before I come on there, a weather warning popped up for heavy rain. It's yellow. If that goes into amber, we could start seeing some big changes and differences. Okay. Now, like I said, with the storms, we haven't really had one here in the UK. So the first one off the bat is going to be Storm Ashley. Okay. I predict we're going to have a storm named Saturday, maybe Sunday. Okay. Let's just hope it doesn't happen. So it's the same old thing. Power cuts. I've already done a live stream recently talking about ways that you can light and heat and cook in your home during a power cut. Lots of it's common sense, but lots of people talk about it, but they never do anything about it, only to find that one day they go to work, they put a light switch on, no power, or whatever it is. Your fridge, freezer, or whatever it's going to be defrosting throughout the day, if you do make it to work. All of these things, you know, we are, excuse me, with the way the weather is being manipulated, we all know about it. Okay. The way things are changing and going into winter season, we are going to be seeing more power cuts. Now, some people say, wow, we always have winters. We get power cuts now and again, but it's different. Why is it different? Well, do you need me to remind you the fact that since 2021, the UK has a minimum of 3 to 4 million migrants into the country? And lots of these migrants come from warm countries. Lots of these migrants have their heating on full because they can't bear the cold. Do you think that's going to have a drain on the power companies in the UK? I've done a live stream on this 2 years ago now, maybe longer, that the power companies are already struggling back then. Okay, and lots of people, whistleblowers inside the industry, saying the amount of upgrades that it's going to need is so dated, and it's literally being patched over with paper, barely capable of running the power here in the UK. And to make matters worse, we just shipped in 3 million plus extra people draining on the power grid. So if you think that there's going to be no power cuts, nothing's going to go wrong, well, all I can say is don't come crying to me, because we are trying to warn as many people as possible. This, to coin a phrase, is the new normal. Okay, since 2020, lots have changed. Okay, we've talked about it in depth of why, how, when, etc. Who's to blame? We're done with that. Now's the time to start doing something. Okay, because like I said, this channel has changed direction now. I just don't think it's worthwhile continuing to talk about how bad we're being screwed, who's to blame, nothing's changing to make it better. Okay, well, we really much know what's going on now. So why not start doing something to better our own chances of making it through the next 5 years up to 2030? Okay. The weather is going to change. It's not going to go back. Okay. If you remember the long hot summers in the UK, forget it. We are in the new normal right now. In fact, we're going to go into the live chat right now. And I want you to tell me what your experiences in the UK have been summertime. Did you see lovely clear blue skies, nice temperatures, or did you see blanket cloud, cooler temperatures, quite a lot of wind and a fair bit of rain? Literally, that's been the baseline throughout all of the UK for this year. Okay. I think 2020 was the last year that we had a fairly decent summer. Okay, so we can pretty much guess, assume, or whatever it is, that we are not going to get the old UK back regarding weather. We are going to see cooler temperatures, we are going to see more winds and more rain. It's as simple as that. It's not going to change, it's not going to get better. What we need to do is we need to be prepared for the new normal. So we really need to start talking about power cuts. They are going to increase. Okay. If you don't believe me, we can have this chat, say March next year. Okay. Because we're going to be over the winter by then. We're just going to be starting spring. So this winter could be a complete nightmare with power failure. Now, when you really stand back and look at how the UK is run, power wise, it's very, very, very precarious. Okay, the whole system is so finely balanced, it's quite scary when you really see the truth of how delicate our society is regarding its power. Okay, we've already seen farmers losing their fields to be replaced with solar panels. Okay, solar panels are great, but if we're having cloudy skies most of the times, we're not getting the maximum efficiency towards generating power via our solar panels. It's as simple as that. My bet is we are going to be seeing more rainfall over the years to come and more winds. So I would say hydro would be a way forward. Okay. If you live near an area where there's a slope, there's a stream, and that stream is constantly running, it would be a good idea to generate power from that stream rather than solar panels. I could be wrong. Maybe you want to incorporate all three: wind, hydro, and sun. That way, you've pretty much got everything covered. Yes, I know the new generation solar panels are pretty good. Okay, you can get quite a bit of power from a cloudy day. But let me tell you this, when you've got a full, clear, sunny day, you get an amazing amount of power. Those days throughout an entire year are going to be very minimal. Okay, so you're not going to get much bang for your buck with solar, but with wind and rain, you probably will to generate power. So yes, we are going to be seeing an increase in shit weather. Whether you like it or not, it's here to stay. Okay, personally, I can't stand it. It gets me down. You know, I love going out in the sunshine. I love making outdoor videos. But when you consider, excuse me, making videos outdoors with all of this wind and rain that we have at the moment, we've got equipment that's going to get wet, which is very expensive. Okay, and it makes for a crap video. All right, you spend 24 hours outdoors doing survival skills and prepping skills, and it's just mud, rain, etc. The camera lens is getting fogged up, covered in water droplets. It's not very good viewing. Okay, so it's difficult because I'm really literally can't wait for a gap in the window to go outside and do some videos. One of them I'm going to be doing probably tomorrow is I'm going to be doing a video about this. Now there's a link below the video to get this, and there's 10% off as well using the link. This will filter 5,000 liters of any water anywhere in the world, which is disgusting, and turn it into clean, safe drinking water. It will remove all of the smells and the taste and make it as pure as you possibly can. It will filter out all of the organisms, germs, chemtrail stuff, heavy metals, fluoride from tap water. It does the whole thing. Okay, Lots of people have been asking me, thanks for telling me about getting that. They've ordered it. They've never used one before. So they're asking me, can you do a video on how the Lifesaver Cube works, how to get it started? And I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. All right. So please bear with me. They've literally run out of stock. There's been such a rush on orders for the Lifesaver that they literally run out of stock. They've had to work overtime to produce loads more stock. One of the cool things about this is made right here in the UK. This isn't your cheap Chinese knockoff stuff, which could leave you vulnerable to parasites and worms, etc. Seriously bad news. All right. Supporting businesses in the UK, good quality stuff. It's hard as a coffin nail. You can kick that around the car park and it will work. People are using these in their vans for van life. People are using them in their blocks of flats, etc., because they've had it up to here with the chemical shit in their tap water. Okay, I stopped drinking Maine's tap water since 2006, and let me tell you this: when I go to visit friends in England and I run the tap and I go to smell, I can smell chlorine, bleach, God knows what other shit in there. It's disgusting. It actually turns my stomach. Luckily for me, I've bugged out to the mountains of Wales and I've got a borehole. That water is clean as a whistle and it's got a higher than normal level of magnesium, which is really good for you. Okay, so to do that makes absolute sense. Okay, and lots of people are waking up to the idea that it's not really good to drink tap water. Okay, people are getting sick and all sorts of things. Now, I don't know what the percentage in the UK of fluoridated tap water. Fluorinated, sorry, it's disgusting. Fluoride is really bad for you. Simple as that. And we shouldn't be ingesting it at all. Simple. So, yes. Where this, sorry, Lifesaver as well. They do a miniature one. They do this one, and they also do another one, which is a jerry can size. That can go up to 20,000 litres. Just imagine. The whole area floods, okay? The electricity goes off. The electricity is needed to pump water. You could turn your tap on and it will run for a while and nothing comes out. You are surrounded in really dangerous, disgusting water, sewage water, feces, etc. You fill this up with that, pump it, and it will come out absolutely clean and you'll be fine. It really is a lifesaver. They use these for humanitarian work all over Africa and the Middle East, etc. It's proven, okay? Even UK military use Lifesaver in their vehicles. It's really, really good. So power cuts as well, another thing. Now, I will be doing a live stream, probably, I think, on the 23rd. Now, if you are interested in getting any really good power cut items, like torches and power banks and lanterns, all of that stuff, stay tuned. The 23rd, you're going to save a fortune. Already, I think there's 25% off everything on the Olight range. If you click on the video link below this one and put the code in, you'll save 25% off. When we do the Halloween sale, which is on the 23rd, okay, there's going to be massive discounts. So if you can barely afford it right now, my advice would be hold on to the 23rd, then do it. But mark my words, you have to be quick, okay? These prices are reduced for usually about a week or 4 days or something like that, and it's literally first come, first served. They will sell fast. The amount of people that have watched my live stream like 3 days after I've done it to go in there and to say, I've tried to order this, and they're all out of stock. You missed the boat, Jack. You need to be on it. So to ensure a good opportunity or a chance for that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit notification to all notifications. But if you can do a mental note or even write it down somewhere, the 23rd next week is going to be a live stream for the Olight stuff and you're going to save a fortune. So there won't be many more Olight live streams going up to Christmas. There might be one more before Christmas. I don't know. But that would be a good time to get it. Even with 25%, it's still too expensive. Well, this is the thing. I realize not everyone can afford everything. And this isn't a dig at anyone. I've always been a firm believer in you get what you pay for. Okay. I know not everyone can afford it. But I also know, and this isn't a dig, I also know lots of people smoke, drink, they go out to the pubs, they vape, and they do all of this stuff, and then they moan at their skin. Well, in the world of preparedness, what's more important? Exactly. So I'll leave that there for now. John, you're up in Anglesey. My God, sir. I hope you're going to be back before Sunday, because you're going to get blown off your feet up there, sir. So, yeah, Cheshire Wonder. I'm going to have a word with the prepper shop. There's been all sorts of weird stuff going on there. So, thanks for that, dude. I'll check it out. What's this? I thought this was live. I swear I saw this yesterday. No, I'm wearing different clothes. In fact, someone sent this. Where were you? Yeah. Table Rock State Park from South Carolina. They sent me a few teas, I don't know, a month or two ago now. And I've only just found them because I have to go to my PO box, which is down in BRECON. So thanks for people sending me stuff to my PO box. I really appreciate it. And I'll be making some runs down there probably soon. Here we go. This is really cool. Synchronistic. Did you get the car fixed? Wow. For those who are interested about the car, I went down to my local town to get my car done. I dropped it off at midday yesterday. Okay. I didn't get home till 7 o'clock last night. Hence, there was no live stream. Okay. They've had an absolute pig. And what was happening was they got to the bottom pulley of the engine and they couldn't get it off. It's seized. They have to go this morning and get a hydraulic aid to get that off. Once they get that off, then they can get access to the nuts and bolts to remove the water pump. The thermostat's pretty easy to get to from what I understand. So they've taken all of the cogs, all of the pulleys, all of the belts off to get to it. And so that's being done right now. Hopefully it will be done today. The amount of time that I've spent out of my property to do with this car, this will be the 4th day now, which is a nightmare. So all I can say is if you live in a town or a city or an urban environment and you're considering moving to the countryside, like I did, very rural, wow, get used to this. If you want to take your vehicle into a garage to get some repairs done, the minimum time you're going to have to wait is 2 weeks. Yeah. And if it's the only vehicle you got and you need it fixed ASAP, good luck. That seems to be the case. That's from my experience. All right. And I've also got friends out in England who live rural and they have the same. Okay. Luckily, I've got a good rapport from a garage, which is what, 15, 20 miles away. And the car's there. And it got so late where he said, well, we can't put it back together for you to drive. They give me a courtesy car. So at least I've got something. The car is still not fixed. Okay. Now, I know there's going to be people out there who are going to say, you're a prepper, you should repair your own vehicles. Well, to be honest, if I had the space, if I had a garage, if I spent thousands of pounds on all of the tools and I went on courses and I could get reliable parts, then maybe. But who has got that time and money to do that? Not all of us. Lots of us are at the beck and call and the mercy of garages and getting the parts. This is another thing. I don't know one prepper anywhere on the planet that has a full set of spare parts for their vehicle. Everything. No one has. Okay. We've had supply shortages. Lots of parts are made in Germany. There was huge issues with car tires. The price of the car tires went up 150% in 6 months. And it took a long time to get them. Because of the issues the last couple of years, that's the case. So the good thing is in the prepping community, we have people who are mechanically minded. Now, I jokingly said to my partner last night, people who enjoy working on vehicles, I would say they've got something wrong with their brain. Because that's what I believe. If you enjoy getting under the bonnet of your car or laying under it in the freezing cold, you've got seized on bolts, you're smashing your knuckles up, they're bleeding, and you can't afford all of the Gucci high-end power tools to make it easier. And then you've got rusty parts, failing parts. If you really enjoy working in confined spaces where you need strength, no, not for me. I would say people who enjoy that, they got something wrong with them. And if you're watching and if you're one of these guys and girls, I really, truly, genuinely sympathize with you if that's your chosen career. Don't get me wrong, the world would fall apart without you guys. But personally, I couldn't do it. It will boil my piss so much so I would be a walking thermostat, right? Forget it. Just can't do it. My dad was a grease monkey. I haven't had a grease monkey for years. We the fish are a star. Absolutely excellent. So yeah, that's the lowdown on the car. My Land Rover Defender was easy. Yeah, they are. They're real bog standard Defenders are. But the problem I found with friends, I've got lots of friends who had Land Rovers, the parts are really cheap. They don't last that long, so you're constantly sort of repairing them. Just like Submariners, they would choose to do that. Mike, you're absolutely right, sir. You're absolutely right. So yeah, we're getting massively sidetracked in the vehicles now. And fair share of knurled knuckles. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's crazy. And do you know what? My mate who's working on the vehicle right now, yesterday when I see him all afternoon, he was literally walking around in a t-shirt all day. Everyone was coming in with big coats and stuff. It's like they're a different breed. Oh, here we go. This is cool. Scrap yards are always worth visits. They have cars that we... Yeah, do you know what? That was back in the day. I remember them. I used to go to scrap yards. I used to take parts off of cars, go up there and buy them. That was when life was good. Now you've got health and safety. They won't even let you in there. They certainly won't let you take bits off of cars. They will probably clean them all up, put them on a shelf, and you might as well just get them brand new. Those days are gone. If anyone knows of any scrap yards you can walk into and start helping yourself to bits off cars, I would say that is so minuscule a reality, it's beyond belief. So vehicles are a pain in the arse. They really, really are. And do you know what? Who remembers the Haynes manuals? Remember those? All the vehicles I've ever owned, I've had a Haynes manual. And I've always had a go. On the Hilux, I remember dropping the oil, doing the service, taking the oil filter off, diesel filter off, flushing the system. I've done all of that. I've done some other repairs and bits and pieces on cars. But when you have no room and no money to get all of the tools, it's really difficult. Even ramps, jacks, impact drivers, they're really handy. If you can get in there at the angle to undo these rusted, corroded nuts and bolts, it's a pain in the ass. It's an absolute frigging nightmare. Tam says you can still get them. You can, but they're very rare. And also what I've been finding is you used to get Haynes manual just for your car. Now, if you're lucky enough to find them, I mean the physical ones, what tends to happen is like 3 or 4 different cars all in the same manual, and it gets really confusing. It's not like it used to be. Best cars are made for the late 90s. Raffo. Oh, good to see you, mate. Yes, I agree. In fact, the car I've got now is 2004. It's the newest car I've ever owned. My Hilux, that was a 96. My Land Cruiser was a 97. Bomb-proof. In fact, Raffo, mate, yeah. Good to see you on it, by the way. I've decided to get a new water pump and a new thermostat, and I've told the guy to check the system for leaks. And I'm also getting him to flush out the heater matrix. He said to get the heater matrix, you have to take the entire dash off. It's a ball ache. It's a nightmare. But he can get it from the front, and he's going to reverse flush, I think, the system. So hopefully that will be the end of the overheating problems. It's been ongoing for a long time. Yeah, I know, Raf. It's a freaking nightmare, mate. It's a nightmare. But yeah, that's a Mitsubishi Shogun for you. The only reason I got a Shogun is because every farmer and everyone where I live, they've all got them. So I thought, well, there's no way they're all going to buy those if they're crap. It's basically exactly the same as an L200. But my experience is I've spent a small fortune just keeping mine alive. I can't afford to sell it and buy a new one, so I have to keep this bastard thing going. It is what it is. I spent 1,300 quid getting the head gasket done last year. I've had basically everything you can imagine in the engine being replaced. So, yeah, heater matrix. Same here. Do you know what? Let me know if you've got problems with your vehicles, because I feel I'm not alone. And also, I feel that let me know if your local garages are constantly busy and they can't fit you in like the same day. Am I alone in thinking that? Let me know. Oh, thank you, Warhawk, for the help. Love you, dude. And Oliver, too. Thanks very much indeed. Seriously. Oh, my God. Really? Are you kidding me? Wow. Do you know what? Really, really appreciate that. I'm not joking, because these financial times at the moment are really being tested. In fact, one of the things that I'm finding is the views on my videos have tanked dramatically since I've decided to stop talking about the news and all of the doom and gloom and all that fear stuff. Okay. I've lost about 100 subscribers in about 10 days. The amount of people who are seeing my videos now have dropped big time. So, but luckily, the positive, because there's always positives, my videos are not being demonetized anymore, because I'm not talking about the anti-woke stuff and all of that sort of thing. So all of my videos are being monetized, but because the views are getting really, really low, it's not really much at all. So I'm currently seeking out affiliates to bring new items into the fore to give you guys discounts, and I'm going to be testing them as well. Let me tell you this, the amount of companies right now, I don't really talk about this, but the amount of companies that have contacted me wanting to send me stuff, and I look at their website and I'm thinking, no, cheap Chinese shit, not interested. No. Sometimes I've had a few come over and I've trialed it, I've tested it, and I've actually sent some back. Some of them say, oh, just keep it, thanks anyway. It's crap. The amount of stuff which is out there, which is shockingly shit, I'm not getting involved. There's no way on God's earth that I'm going to get some cheap crap, which I know is going to break, and say, everyone, this is brilliant, buy it. I'm never going to do that. 100%, mark my words, guaranteed. If you want to watch people who have followed me from day one, they can tell you I will definitely not be promoting anything crap. Now, I do realize money's a problem. It seriously is. I haven't had any firewood for a week. The house has been freezing. I've had to use my own preps to keep warm. I've hardly had any food, so I've had to dig into the prep store to buy food. That's how it is. And there's not many prepping channels that will tell you this. Okay. I am literally walking the walk. Not many of them do. They say as a hobby, oh yeah, buy this, it's great, and they never use it. I call them plastic preppers. Not all of them, some of them. I know some people say, how dare you not cover prepping channels? I don't give a shit. If they're crap and they're pushing shit, I will call them out. I don't care. Some of them are really good, and absolutely fair enough. We need as much people in the prepping community as we possibly can get. 100%. My God, are you kidding me? Gee whiz. Are you serious? Wow, that is a lot of money. Oh, God, it's made me go a bit funny. Honestly, you don't have to do that, but my God, just to get a funky smile. Seriously, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And, you know, without the help of you guys, it's really hard because when I lost my job as a survival instructor at the end of 2022, September, it was literally shit or bust. I either talk about what's going on, and I'm not joking, the views went, sorry, my subscribers went from 60,000 subscribers right up to 100 and nearly 40,000 now. And it's just been crazy. You know, the amount of people who want to know what's going on. But let me tell you this, the trap has been made. People who are going to continue to do videos and content telling people about riots, migration, the woke stuff, all of that stuff, right? At some point, they are going to have a knock on the door if they're lucky. Over past a time like that, they won't have a knock on the door. They will be taken. Snatch squads. I can foresee happening in the next 3 years. Guarantee it. So I've realized, you know what? I've got family. It's making me feel bad. I've just walked away from all that now. I don't want any part of that. It's not good. We need to start being positive, proactive, and we need to help as many people as we possibly can. That's the end of it. If you're not satisfied by your daily dose of fear, go somewhere else, because I'm not doing it. I've had it up to here with it. I'm not joking. If you want to spend a minimum of 6 hours every single day for over 2 years immersing yourself in that negative soup, it will catch up on you like it did with me. And you are going to be mentally ill, you're going to be physically ill, and you're not going to have anything prepared, and you're the guy who's going to lose. It's a trap. I'm not joking. People walk into this trap every day. It's like, I need to get my fear fixed. I need to know what's going on. Well, if you want to do that, then fine, but you're feeding your soul shit. Your soul is the most important thing about you as a physical being. And if you want to feed your soul shit, you carry on. I've realized I've had my fill of it. I'm done. So back to prepping, we jolly well will ride off into the sunset, trying to help as many people as possible. Now, how I started my channel was I wanted to see how I would fare being off grid and being self-sufficient. I didn't want to rely on anyone else, just myself. So I took my time, because I stopped watching TV. I didn't spend much time scrolling on that shit. So I had loads of time. So I educated myself a long time ago. I bought books. I watched videos. I felt I need to actually physically start testing myself now. Because let me tell you this, boy or girl, you can have all of the books in the world about survival and preparedness. You can watch billions of hours of survival videos. And until you go out there and try it, I'm telling you, you don't know shit. You don't know jack shit. And that's my problem with some prepping channels. They tell you all this, but they never go out and frigging do it. They're inexperienced. And I said, not all of them. I'm not saying all of them. Some of them. And I'm not going to name any names because I'm not going to lower the tone. I'm bigger than that. But they're out there. You need to use your intuition to decipher which one's full of shit, which one's just in it for the money or whatever. And you got to use your own guidance about the information that you are wanting or feeling that you need to receive. Okay. So years ago, I watched the videos, I got the books, I've done some research, I bought the kit, which I thought would be good. I went out there on my own, used the kit, and I reported on what works and what doesn't. And that really helped people. People respected me because I was telling them the truth about this kit. I've watched videos on a certain water bottle or whatever. I thought, wow, that looks really good. I bought it, I used it, it cracked. I said, you know what? The truth is, these aren't that good. I don't want people falling for the hype, promotional advertising bullshit about certain bits of kit equipment. That's why I choose to use Olight. To my knowledge, I have not had one single solitary issue ever since I've been using these. Not one. I did use a company called FFRWDGRECH years ago, and they were good until they started to introduce integrated charging via USB. From that moment on, their products were shit. I couldn't rely on them. I stopped using them. I told everyone the truth of how crap they are, and that was that. So that's my thing, really. I want to see what kit and equipment works in a survival situation, i.e., if things get so bad and we have to leave our house, which is the last thing you should absolutely do. But if you did, are you going to take a rucksack full up with cheap shit, which is going to let you down, and it's going to literally, it could cost your life out there. All right. You go and buy a Euro hype shitty sleeping bag for 2 seasons, and it's the middle of January and it's freezing cold. If you don't know what you're doing, you could easily die out there. All right. Prepping for me is very serious. Survival for me is very serious. If you don't take it seriously, then I'm afraid to say that you could fall by the wayside. And the only way you're really truly going to know is if you put yourself in situations to train. If you don't, I'm not being horrible, but the facts are you don't know shit. You don't know nothing until you do. All right. I've known so many armchair preppers, as I call them. They've got all of the kit and it's all brand new. They've got expensive lighting and cameras and podcast stuff, and they got merchandise, and you never see them go out and use it. And they show you all this stuff and it's all brand new. Take my advice. Try and stay away from those people. Okay. What you're going to need is people, not just me, there's others out there who buy stuff and use it, and they show you it being used. And I've had knives and I've beaten the shit out of them, and I will tell you which ones are good and which ones are bad. All I'm interested in is learning how to be self-sufficient myself, not to rely on anyone else outdoors, because that's where I'll cut my teeth. And anyone who doesn't want to give it a go, honestly, they don't know. And I'm telling you this, when I done my first overnight video, which was, I think, February 2012 or something like that, I made so many mistakes and I showed them all. And I'm telling you what, I learned loads from that first night. So many people go, do you know what? I've realized that the world is fragile. It's on a knife edge. It could go pop at any minute. It absolutely could. I need to know how I would fare if I had to leave my house, because when I'm hearing all of this noise and I'll go out the front door and I'll look down the street, there's all people shouting and screaming, doors getting kicked in, vans of gangs ransacking the place. Wow. I've got no bag. I've got no vehicle. I've got no ways to defend myself. Guess what? That is an incident waiting to happen. Okay. What would be good if you had stuff, you had a plan, you've already been somewhere, and you could load your car in under 5 minutes and you can go. You're going to be in a much better position having the foresight to prepare than the guy who goes, oh my God, what's going on? What am I going to do? Phone the police. Guess what? They ain't helping. The police ain't going to be helping. There's not enough of them. They've got their hands tied behind their back with red tape and all this woke shit. They ain't going to be helping you. You are the only one who's going to help yourself. My advice is to learn. Watch videos, not just mine, loads of others. Buy books, read them, and then go out and start training. Because if you don't go out and train, you literally got no idea how you're going to fare. You don't. So, what's this? I won't slag off any YouTuber prepper, each to their own. If you don't like them, don't watch. Yeah, that's exactly, that is eloquently put. Exactly. I will not name any YouTube channel which I feel is just, don't bother. I'm not. It's just not a good way to be. It doesn't feel right. It's not right. It's the wrong thing to do, which is why I keep saying, all right, forget about all of the kit, the videos and the books. The one thing which you need to really, really understand is your intuition, your instinct, your gut feeling, your inner God, or whatever you want to call it. That should tell you, hold on, I'm watching this prepper channel on YouTube and he's saying a good thing. I'm going through his videos. There's nothing of him showing him using his stuff. Just be careful because they're out there. I won't slag them off. I won't tell you who they are. It's not for me to say. It's up to you to figure it out. All I'm saying is I've been doing this for a long time and I've learned a lot. It's cost me a lot of money. It's cost me a lot of time. And I've had to learn the hard way, which I believe is the best way. Right? Learn by your mistakes. It's the best way to learn. I am not shitting on you. It's the best way to learn, because if you don't make a mistake, how are you going to actually learn? Okay. At first overnight camp, I was cold. The porridge I ate, it was horrible. The firewood was punkwood. It burnt really quick. I carried so much stuff, I didn't need half of it. I was tired, cold, and hungry. So that's not a good position to be in if you're out there training, learning, or doing it for real. You don't want to be cold. You don't want to be hungry. You don't want to be scared. You don't want to be tired, and you don't want to be carrying all of this crap that you don't need. The only way to know is to do it. All right, it's as simple as that. Mike, Cheshire Wanderer. I can't remember the date that we said we were going to do this camp. I'm hoping it's not going to clash with Olight. Have just moved the live stream to the 23rd. It was the 21st, so I'm hoping it doesn't clash. Scott just put Temu preppers. Do you know what? I've never bought anything from Temu, and I never will. Right? I'll smell a rat. It just looks like a big crock of shit. Stay away. Nice one, Scott. It is the 23rd. Oh, shit. Well, what I might do is I might record it the day before on the premiere. That's what I'll do, actually, and put it up as a live stream. And then I'm not being funny, Mike, but first thing this morning, the way the finances were, I was going to cancel. But I've had a twist of fate. We've had people helping out in here, which has really made a difference. I think I'm going to be able to afford the diesel to go all the way up to North Wales to meet you and Jay and to do this camp. So this is quite funny. You can't camp out with tinnitus. I've got tinnitus, and I know what it's like. It's horrible. So yeah, it's up to you. Personally, with my tinnitus, the quieter the surroundings are, the worse it gets. So if I'm outdoors and I've got wind, rain, rustling in the leaves, the trees, animals running water, it helps. So that's my own take on it. Everyone's different. Have you tried out any Trangia gas conversion kits? No, the only Trangia I've got is the little MEFS thing, the military thing. Tinnitus is a nightmare. Other people have got it. Yeah, I know. I've had it since, I don't really know. Since a teenager, I guess. When I was in the military, one of the worst things that happened, we was doing this fibula attack on this village. And we went down these sewers. So you go through the sewer network, you come upside, you get to all around the fence around the building and you start taking them from the roof downwards. We was in this sewer and one of the lads thought it's a great idea to let off a thunder flash in the sewer without telling anyone. And ever since then, my ears are beep all the time. So yeah, vertigo is no joke. What? Diesel, mate. Diesel. Yeah, petrol in a 4x4 sounds like a fucking nightmare. But yeah, honestly, thanks to Full of Hope for really supporting this live stream today. Seriously, that is amazing. And anyone who supported on PayPal behind the scenes, I think it's Ko-fi, Buy Me a Coffee, and PayPal, friends and family. I know that you don't want me to name you, but thanks for helping. People do it on the replay, etc. So yeah, you guys are awesome. Now I'm gonna have to jog on. I'm gonna have to man the phones because my vehicle could be ready at any moment. Hopefully, it's not going to be late tonight. Because I want to do a live stream at 7 like I promised yesterday. I didn't get back with this freaking courtesy car till 7 last night and I was wiped out. I was literally outdoors for like 8 hours, so I was boofed. So providing I get the vehicle back at a sensible time today, there will be a live stream tonight. If not, I will definitely do one tomorrow. So you guys are incredibly awesome. Thanks for taking part in the live stream and thanks for sharing it as well. Because my videos are not getting shown much because it's not what lots of people want to see, etc. Sharing it on all of your media groups really helps, including Facebook. I know Facebook sucks, but lots of people watch stuff on Facebook and WhatsApp too. So you guys are awesome. You take care. Thanks to the moderators too. I mustn't forget that. You guys are awesome. I'm not joking. Especially Rachel. You're awesome. I love you to bits. And thanks for having my back. Seriously. So you guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay funky.